Welcome back to Let's Replay Neverwinter Nights 2 original campaign. This is Big Los, and we're back in the Sunken Flagon. We have just been accused of massacring the village of Ember. So we're gonna exit right now, and I'm gonna switch out my party. I did want to level up Cora. Actually, I do want to level up Cora. Let's cancel.
Yes.
Let's level up her real quick, and then I'm gonna switch somebody else for her. So like I said before, I don't think I'm going to focus on any particular prestige class. Therefore, we're just going to go with Sorcerer, because she'll be more powerful with more levels of Sorcerer. So let's give her 1 to Bluff, 1 to Concentration, 1 to Craft Alchemy, and Spellcraft. Okay, so she has 1 more level 5 spell, 1 more level 4 spell, 1 more level 3 spell, 1 more level 2 spell, and she's maxed out on level 0. So the first thing we want to do for level 3 is pick improved mage armor. Now we could swap back out mage armor, regular mage armor, since we're not really going to use it. However, we're going to need it for crafting, so we're just going to keep it. For level 2, what would be a good one? Jedley's Loop is always a pretty good go-to spell. I would like something that will do multiple enemies, but I think this one is for a single enemy, so I think I'll pass. Invisibility. No. Maybe this one. I mean, this is a good buff to put on multiple people. What about this one? Oh yeah, that's a single. Let's just go with Lesser Dispel. That's a good debuffing spell. Okay, for level 4, we could do the Black Tentacles. We could do the Missile Storm. We could do one of these, but I don't think Cora has the ability to scribe scrolls. We could do Phantasmal Killer. Which is kind of a good spell. It's kind of like Slay Living a little bit, with a different type of save. We could do Wall of Fire. Let's go with the Missile Storm, because there aren't very many enemies that are immune to Missile Storm. Eventually, we're going to run into enemies that will be immune to Phantasmal Killer. We'll pick that one later. And for level 5, do we have a good buffing spell here? I don't think so. We could do the Arc of Lightning. Not really sure about doing the Fire Burst. Let's go with this one. This is kind of a good area of effect spell. And that should do it. Okay.
You have need of me?
So we're going to exit, and we're not going to take Cora with us. We're not going to take Bishop with us either. Instead, we're going to take Eleni, because she is the one with Enkidu's armor. And we're going to give that to Chandra. And then we're also going to take Nishka with us. I know we're still going to have to level up some of our other party members that we've neglected. So be it. Nishka, there you are. You're as hard to track down as ever. Well, with the network of informants you have, Tasha, I wouldn't have thought finding me would be that hard. Or maybe it is, when you're as good as I am. So, you're back. Leldon told me. So you and Leldon, you're... Oh yes, but that's old news, and he's better than ever. He's planning one last job before he retires as the greatest thief in Neverwinter's history. One last job? And greatest thief in Neverwinter? How does he figure that? Have you heard of the Collector? He has the most valuable collection of art, sculpture, and artifacts in Neverwinter. Leldon will take the best of the lot, and will retire like a king and queen to Kalimshan. That's why Leldon is the greatest thief ever, and you'll always be hanging by his coattails. Farewell, Nishka. That little... And greatest thief ever, right. No way is Leldon getting the better of me. I'm the greatest thief, not him. I'd say we chase down Leldon and kill him. He's been more trouble than he's worth. That makes us one more point towards evil. It doesn't matter. It gains us 2 points of influence with Nishka. Good, we'll get him together. Greatest thief in Neverwinter, my tail. It's like he's deliberately trying to rub my face in it. I know where the Collector lives. It's in Black Lake. I say we go after Leldon, and we put him in his place, and make some gold while we're at it. Okay, so now that
I am listening.
we're out of that little mini cutscene, let's go into the inventory. We'll put Enkidu's armor into Chandra's. For some reason, the dinosaur got dispelled when she left my party, so we're gonna have to go back to level 5 and put the Awaken back into the spell book. The memorized spells.
Eleme Vakreni.
We'll bring the dinosaur back.
Yes.
You can wear the armor. Good, now your AC is a more respectable 20. And you have resistance, piercing 5, and slashing 5, and it's a +1.
I concur.
Okay, this is Sand. Sand doesn't really seem to have anything, despite him being a merchant. Wait a minute, I wonder if we could give another weapon to Chandra. She's good with short swords.
Something you want?
If we pull up her character sheet. She has improved critical with the short sword, weapon focus with the short sword. Pretty much everything with a short sword. She could get weapon specialization with the short sword too, so...
How can I help?
Nishka might have a short sword that she'll be able to use. What is this? The Cloak of Elven Kind? I guess we can give that to Chandra.
Yes.
You can wear it.
Yes.
So what's up with these spells that you have? Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give all of my scrolls to Sand right now, except for the divine ones. And then we'll see what he doesn't have in his spell book. And I'll do this off camera because it might take a while, so I'll meet you back here. Okay, I don't think I had any short swords to give to Chandra, but that doesn't really mean anything. We could probably buy some from Sand Shop. And speaking of Sand Shop, that's where we're in right now. And since Sand is with us, who's tending his shop? Let's ask him.
Yes?
What about your shop? I still wanted to buy and sell items.
Don't worry, I have put Leomon's merchant elemental in my stead back at the shop.
A what?
It's difficult to explain, but trust me, you'll still be able to trade there if you wish, and use the alchemy workbench.
Never mind, farewell. And I don't know why the lighting changed. That was kind of weird. So if we go over here, there is an elemental who looks like Sand and sells stuff like Sand. But now we have access to, I guess, improved items. Staff of Ascension. Who can use this? Simple druid, monk, rogue, or wizard. Wait a minute, so why can't I use this thing? That doesn't make any sense. Only usable by druid, it says down here, which is... Oh, okay. So that's why. But you do get regeneration. Whatever.
I am listening.
Melanie can use it. Elder Oak Gloves, what do these do? So we have druid items now. She doesn't have any gloves. We could probably just buy these for her right now. She'll have more spells. For level 5, let's pick... Wall of Fire, and then we'll replace this one with Slay Living like we have been. For level 3, I guess we can do another spider skin. Level 2, let's do another flame weapon. Put fire on somebody's weapon. Okay. Mask of Death. You can use Death Armor, Finger of Death, and Vampiric Touch. Kind of expensive, though. Though the gargoyle boots are kind of good. You could do Stone Skin using 5 charges. They do give you AC bonus +2. And improves your Fortitude saves by 3. What boots is Janik wearing?
You have need of me?
The Greater Boots of Tumbling. If we get this, we'll have +2 AC to dodge. There we go. And I guess we can give these to Chandra. Now the reason I came here is because we're going to get some blank scrolls, and Janik and Sand are going to swap spells with each other to maximize our spellbook. But before we do that, we're going to go through all the spells here and see what we can buy. There's one more thing. There's a spell here, Fire Burst, which is bugged. And I mean, it's really bugged. You can't even use it, so we might as well sell it. But first, let's try to buy this one. Oh no. I still can't use it. Yeah, if we examine it, it says it's a level 6 Fire Burst, but that's not the case. It's a spell that doesn't exist. Great. We can't use these things. See, it even gives us the option to scribe scroll here in the store when all the others don't. See, regular Fire Burst is a level 2 spell. Okay, so I think most of these are the spells that we had before. I don't see any different types of spells. What's this one? Tensor's Transformation. Do I have this one? No. Okay. Now I'm just going to go through this list off camera, and then I'm going to swap spells with Sand so that we'll have maximized spell books. So when we gain levels and we pick our spells, we'll be able to more efficiently maximize our spell books. So I'll meet you back here. Alright, we're back. We're outside of Sand's shop. I have pretty much transferred all of the spells between Janik and Sand, so now we have quite a large library of spells to choose from. Now, there were spells that each wizard could not scribe. For instance, Janik can't scribe divination spells, and Sand cannot scribe conjuration spells. So, those are the spells that will not complement each other. I also went and got Cassavir and Kelgar, and I leveled them up.
Follow me.
I gave Kelgar another level of Frenzied Berserker, which gives him 2 frenzies instead of 1. And I think that was pretty much it, besides him getting another point to craft weapon.
Yes?
Cassavera kept him as a paladin. I was gonna pick Divine Champion, but then I figured, he's probably just more powerful just going full paladin. So that's what he went with, and I also gave his crossbow to Sand because he will be using throwing axes and darts instead. I don't think he'll be running out of those
I will lead now.
anytime
Follow.
soon. Okay, so since we're here, we might as well have a conversation with Sand. Learn more about him and these charges that we're going to be facing.
Yes?
I wanted to ask you about the trial and the evidence we need.
Yes, what of it?
Do you think we have enough evidence?
I doubt what little we've found is enough. And there are some things that I think Luskin may have expected us to find. We need to keep searching for as much evidence as we can gather.
How much evidence do you think we need?
Well, we'll gather it all up and see. If you think you have enough, ask me for my opinion, and I shall give it to you.
Any idea where I should search for clues?
To Port last, then to Ember. Then see what we find along the way, I think. I suspect Luskin has not covered their tracks well. Nothing would please me more.
I had other questions.
Very well. What answers do you seek?
Know anything about the murder of Lord Dalrin? No, I think we've already asked a lot of these. Could you make a love potion for me? Would you resort to something so deceitful to gain another's affection? I don't know if I'd call it deceitful, and deceitful is misspelled. Maybe something that would open their eyes, if you know what I mean. I can't guarantee success, of course, but maybe I could throw something together. Each potion is custom made, so I would need to know the object of your desire. Whoa, 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 whoa! What, we don't have female options? Really? You? Oh, please. The attention is flattering, but you don't expect me to expend my resources over something so trivial, I hope. Oh, my goodness. Now, was there anything else I could do for you? Yeah, I had other questions.
Very well. What answers do you seek?
Flirt with Sand? Are you kidding me? I'm afraid that you may have gotten the wrong idea about my interest in you, Sand. I see. I shall remedy that at once. Oh my goodness. We should also talk to Chandra while we're at it.
What? What are we stopping for?
Oh my god. What's wrong?
What's wrong? You're being put on trial for killing an entire village. Doesn't that bother you?
I'm innocent, and the law will prove it.
I don't see how you can be so calm about all this. You could be hanged, or worse, in Luskin. I mean, low justice in Luskin? It's really bad. Although it's not enough for anyone who attacked Ember as far as I'm concerned.
Can you tell me what you know about Ember?
I traveled there last season. The thought that everyone there is dead, it's hard to believe. I mean, there aren't any militia or soldiers there, really. If anyone attacked it, they couldn't have put up much of a fight.
Did you know anyone who lived in Ember?
A few. 1 or 2 I knew really well. The quartermaster was always kind to me, although he was a little too obsessed with his logbook. Had to track every shipment in, out, along the coast, off the coast, but still a nice person.
Anyone else?
There was Elaine, of course. She let me stay in her family's home when the roads were washed out while I was there. You know, she did quite a bit of trading herself between Ember and Port Last and the neighboring villages. I wonder if she was in Ember when it was attacked.
Any idea where we could find her?
We could check in Port Last. If she was on a trade run, she may have passed through there. The steward of Port Last, Hieromus, might know more. Although, if he thinks you're the killer, don't expect a warm reception.
I had some questions for you.
All right, go on and ask.
Are you alright? You look a little lost.
Well, aside from the frequent kidnapping, yes, I suppose I'm still trying to figure out what's going on. But don't worry, I'll try to keep up. So don't trouble yourself, all right?
Look, if you have any questions, ask. I'm here to help you.
All right. I mean, I know I haven't been around you as much as, say, Kelgar Idiot Fist.
Hey!
Calm down. Monks aren't supposed to get sensitive about things like that.
Well, Iron Fist monks are. We have our pride.
I think I need you to explain to me one more time what we're doing. We're being hunted and accused, put on trial, and you've got silver things in you.
Shards.
Yeah, shards. I got it, Sand. Thanks.
I derive pleasure from clarification, Miss Jero.
Anyway, with all that's been going on, I'm not sure I understand why it's been going on.
What don't you understand?
Well, first off, the shards in you. Sorry, the shard in you and the shards you carry. Where do they come from?
Well, one is buried in my chest. The others I simply find.
What are they shards of?
Powerful sword of an extraplanar people.
Okay, see, that's where you start to lose me. Why is this thing inside you? And why is it broken? And what are you supposed to do with it? Kill a dragon or...
I'm supposed to use it against the King of Shadows.
And the King of Shadows is who? Like Elminster, except evil?
I have no idea yet.
But you're willing to keep trying to find out?
There's not much choice. If I don't try, it just makes things worse.
You mean this Black Garius? He's also helping the King of Shadows, right?
He's something of a mystery.
So what do those Githyanki want with you? Are they with the King of Shadows?
They want the shards and the sword back.
But one of those shards is in your chest. If it comes out, you're dead.
Not necessarily, but the way they would do it, yes.
This is the most bizarre series of events I've ever heard. So what are you going to do about all this exactly?
Well, what we say here will definitely affect our alignment. So which way do we want to go? I think we want to go more lawful. Well, I'm already 100% evil, so I think I should go more lawful. It is my duty to stop the King of Shadows. I have the shards. It's my responsibility.
All right. Well, as long as you don't get me killed doing it, I'll do what I can.
Don't worry, I have faith you'll pull through.
Well, I'm glad you think so. But thanks. I appreciate the support.
I had some more questions.
All right. Go on and ask.
What happened to your family at Highcliff?
There's not much to tell. To be honest, my mother died many years ago. Bad marsh fever. Not much I could do. As for my father, well, I didn't really know him. Died when I was very young. He's more like a blur than a memory. What about you? I mean, if you want to talk about it.
My family?
Yeah. I mean, if you want to talk about it. I mean, your father, or your uncle, he seems very nice.
Duncan is my father's half-brother. He used to be part of an adventuring company.
He was? He looked like he'd been a tavern keeper for, well, forever. Huh. He seems so down to earth to be an adventurer. No offense. Thanks for sharing that, by the way. You didn't have to. But knowing you actually have family and knowing what they do, well, that's important, I think.
My father, my foster father, was a little distant.
Distant? Why?
He never seemed to like me much. I'm worried he blames me for the death of his wife.
You mean your mother?
No, Dagon's wife, Shayla. My mother, I never knew at all.
What happened? I mean, if you want to talk about it. Don't mean to pry like a town gossip or anything.
She died along with my mother in a battle in West Harbor. Died trying to save me.
That's terrible. I really don't know what to say. She must have loved you very much. I didn't realize what you'd been through. That you lost your mother. It's kind of strange. The way you carry yourself, it doesn't seem like you'd ever suffered any loss. Then I hear about this. Anyway, I'm sorry to hear it.
I know more about my trainer than I do about the rest of my family. Who's my trainer?
I was wondering, who trained you to be a hero? Who was your teacher?
I don't really know.
Well, you might want to ask why you still have the chance. He may have his reasons, and if he were to pass away suddenly, you'd never know.
I think this is a broken conversation tree. Let's try this again.
I was wondering, who trained you to be a hero? Who was your teacher?
Yep, I don't really know is back. My mother's a mystery to me.
Doesn't your father know anything about her? It seems like he would.
I don't know who my real father is, only my foster father, Dagon.
What does Dagon say about your mother? Did he know her?
I suppose I should ask, but he's a quiet man.
Well, you might want to ask why you still have the chance. He may have his reasons, and if he were to pass away suddenly, you'd never know.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything more we can ask here. I think this is a broken tree. Okay. I had some questions for you.
All right, go on and ask.
What can you tell me about Amanjaro?
Amanjaro was my great-grandfather. Or my great-great-grandfather. To be honest, I can't remember which. I heard he was a little eccentric, but harmless. He died a long time ago. My mother told me that he saw me a few times as a babe, but I was too young to remember. Mother said that he would cradle me and sing to me, and I would, well, pull out his beard hairs.
Yeah, I think we've already asked that before. And Kelgar, aren't you supposed to say, stay away from me then? Do you know where we could find his haven?
I've been thinking about it, but honestly, I have no idea where it is. I doubt it would help much anyway. And the whole idea of having to spill my blood to get in there, well, I'm not in any real hurry to find it either.
Does it have to be Jaro blood?
That's what my mother said. I wouldn't mind trying other people's blood first if they volunteer. Maybe we could bleed Bishop. Try it out first. And a whole pint of it. That's a little much.
That was probably an exaggeration.
Yeah, probably.
Alright, I think we've asked all we wanted to. Let's look and see if we've gained any influence. Well, we gained 3 points of influence here. And another 3 here. Hey. We're gaining a lot of influence with her. We gained 1 point of influence here. We only went 1 point towards lawful here. And I think that's about it. Oh, okay, so we went another point towards lawful here. When I said the law will prove it. Okay. But I'm still at chaotic evil. I'm at 15. I think 1 more point might bump me back up to neutral. I'm not sure, though. We'll have to find out. Alright, let's get going then. Where should we head first? Probably to Sir Grayson. So that probably means we should go to the Merchant Quarter. I will meet you over there. Okay, here we are in Captain Brelena's office in the Merchant Quarter. As expected, here is Sir Grayson Corrit. So let's go have a chat.
Blessings of Tyr be upon you. Sir Naval has told me of your predicament, and it so happens that I have need of a squire. This is unusual, to say the least. Usually prospective squires spend months, even years, proving themselves before they are permitted to enter the nobility. But Captain Brelena and Sir Naval both vouch for your character and your ability, and I have heard of your exploits in the city as well. Still, count yourself lucky to avoid years of caring for my horse and scouring the rust from my arms and armor. Your need is great, so I'll take you as my charge.
That's it. I'm a squire.
Not quite so simple as that, but years of service will be passed over in your case. I am Sir Grayson Corrit. My sword is sworn to Nasher, Neverwinter, and Tyr, and it falls to me to teach you chivalry, so that you will not dishonor me overmuch as your knight.
Let's get this charade over with.
The Brotherhood of Knights is one bound by the ideals of chivalry and honor. Without honor, a knight is nothing more than an animal with a sword. To be a knight is to lead a life of duty and responsibility. We are bound by a code that prescribes our every action, to be brave and valorous in battle against your enemies, to show no fear in their presence, to be just and righteous, to embody and uphold the laws of your lord and land, to be respectful to your enemies and kind to your fellows, to protect the weak and those who cannot defend themselves. All squires have these rules impressed upon them by rote and lash, but I suspect that you are mature enough to take the lesson without the cuffing.
But what if the laws of my lord and land require me to act unrighteously?
To serve your land is to act righteously. If your cause is noble, so too are the actions you take in its name. What wouldn't you do to see your home protected? To know that your loved ones are sleeping soundly each night?
I have to live with my actions. My conscience dictates my path.
Remember that in becoming a squire, you take an oath to serve Neverwinter. See that your conscience doesn't guide you down the path to treason. Knowing the code of conduct is important for a knight or squire, but living by that code is paramount. To be a knight is also to live a life of service to your lord and realm. You will be expected to perform certain duties for the crown. Given your unique circumstance, these duties will be waiting for you after the trial. However, there is one observance that cannot be postponed: the vigil.
What must I do?
Your vigil is a time for reflection and contemplation. It is a sacred tradition. All who would become squires spend a night in the Solace Glade. You must spend the night alone, of course. Most choose to reflect on their vows or to ask the blessing of their gods. On the next morning, I will welcome you into our brotherhood.
Alright, I'm ready for my vigil now.
Come then. I will lead you to the Solace Glade.
And here we go. For, hopefully, a night without any action, but we all know what's going to happen. Of course there's going to be some action. Of course it would be kind of boring if there wasn't any, right?
Quora yet lives. You swore to me the hostile would handle this.
We did, and we shall. I merely wished you to be here when the ritual took place, so you can see it for yourself. Have you brought what I asked?
Yes. Here is a hair from one of the pillows she slept on at the academy. And here is a thread from one of her robes she left behind as well.
Excellent. Yes, these will do. I can begin at once. But I shall also need a drop of blood from you to power this ritual.
My blood? Why?
Only from the blood of one strengthened by justice can justice be done.
Very well, but this stinks of necromancy.
Nothing of the sort. Necromancy is so obvious. No subtlety. This is something much different. I am calling an elemental, fueled by Quara herself. A reflection, if you will. Drawing from the same fire, the same blood. I think she will find this Animus Elemental more than a match for her.
When will it be sent after her?
Patience, my lord. Where she walks, this elemental shall soon find its way there.
Now, I heard that those things will have random encounters, but I've never had it.
Every knight and squire of Neverwinter has touched this sacred ground. To Helm, to Tempest, to Torm, and to Tyr have prayers been given. Think on that. Think on the fellowship you wish to join. Perhaps clear your mind and think of nothing. I will return in the morning, and you will greet the new day as my squire.
I think I'll take a nap instead. Now, let's just ask this. Why do I have to stand vigil?
As I have said, tradition may be bent, but it cannot be broken entirely. Now, you have much to consider, much that you should consider, and I will greet you in the morning. Indeed, I take my leave of you and your thoughts.
Are you here? I can barely see anything out here.
I'm supposed to undergo the vigil by myself.
Look, the way trouble follows you, there's no way I'd let you come out here alone.
Thank you for coming, but I meant to stand this vigil alone. It's tradition.
You really believe this stuff, don't you? Maybe I was wrong about knights. Well, I'm training just like you are. My mentor told me to follow his lead, so here I am. If you think I'm leaving now, think again. Anyway, I doubt I could find my way back to Neverwinter in the dark. Plus, I wanted to see if any of the gods would want to inflict further punishment on you.
For what?
Hey, did you hear something?
I didn't expect the girl to be here. We'll spare her the grief of crying over your corpse and kill her as well.
I'm right here, you know. Why don't you try?
These odds are unfair. Chandra, back off to even things up.
Cocky, aren't you? We'll humble you quick enough.
Alright, let's see if we... Oh, we did gain some influence. And we want one more point towards lawful. That's good. But I don't think we... Oh, we want 1 point towards good. Crap. We want 1 point towards chaotic. And I said, let's get this charade over with. Great. So we're right back where we were, except we're now 1 more point towards the good. Yep. So how are we going to take these guys out? We need a buddy. And then after that, we'll put some greater stone skin on. Oh yeah, we got a mummy. This mummy is an 11th level undead. It has great fortitude.
Time to put these weapons to some use.
Okay, stone skin. Okay, good. Now we won't be taking any more damage. Let's cast this, Shroud of Flame. Let's cast it on this one. Nice. And I guess we could do Arc of Lightning. Ah, he's on fire. Oh, that killed... How many did that kill? That killed 2 of them. Ah, which leaves this guy. Let's disintegrate him. Chandra doesn't kill him first.
Solace Glade, huh? Talk about a poor name choice. Those men came out of nowhere. Don't you ever spend one night in peace?
It's rare, trust me.
I believe that. Hey, the leader there. He's got a ring on his finger. It's a circle with teeth or spikes.
Or daggers.
Could be, I suppose. It's hard to tell with all the blood. Here, you take the ring. I don't want to hold on to it. Look, maybe I better slip away before your knight returns. I don't want you getting into any trouble.
That's for the best. Thanks for your help, Chandra.
Sure. Actually, in some ways, it was kind of fun. Good luck. And hopefully when we see each other again, you'll be Neverwinter's newest squire.
What happened?
I was attacked by Luskan assassins. They are not a problem any longer.
No doubt they caught wind of our plan, and saw this as their last chance to judge you as they wished. Either way, their efforts have failed, and that is all that matters. I take you as my squire, and bind you to the service of the throne of Neverwinter. This title also admits you into the nobility, for truly, there can be no charge nobler than protecting one's home from those who would threaten it. Come, Nasher should be informed of your change in station.
Hold on, I'll be right back. We have to search these bodies still. We get giant bee venom, average 27 gold pieces. Some more bee venom and fluorospar. This guy had a scimitar +1 and thieves tools +10. Well, we're not over a limit, but we are kind of close. Oh yeah. This strange ring. You found this ring on the body of one of the men who tried to assassinate you during your vigil. Its insignia consists of a set of what appears to be spikes or knives intertwined in a circle. The ring is otherwise unremarkable. Anything hidden around here? No. Okay. Shall we depart for Castle Never? Yes, let's leave. And we are instantly transported there.
Ah, Sir Grayson. A pleasure to see you.
It is my honor to serve, my lord.
What brings you here? You look troubled.
My lord, it has come to my attention that this man stands accused of murder, and is to be given over to Luskan for trial.
What you have heard is true. Is that why you are here?
I am here because this man is my squire, and must be tried by your hand and the will of the gods alone.
What is this nonsense? This knight has no squire.
I would choose your words carefully, Ambassador, lest I think you are accusing one of my knights of speaking lies.
I only hear the words of a man shielding a murderer.
Then let the accused speak. What say you? Does my knight speak truly? Are you his squire?
That mummy followed us, and it's leering over Torio. That's pretty funny. I am his squire, and I swear to serve Neverwinter faithfully and well.
Then it is true. That means this squire will be tried here, Ambassador, not within Luskan's walls.
There is no justice in this, but I was a fool to expect justice in Neverwinter.
Seeing that gloating smile strip from her face pleases me more than you will know. But this has bought only a little more time. Time we cannot afford to waste. We must find the truth of what happened at Ember, and quickly. But you cannot do so here. You have my leave to depart Neverwinter, provided you give your word to return for the trial.
Of course, Lord Nasher.
Travel to Port Last. Someone there can guide you to Ember. Then return with whatever you can that will prove your innocence.
It would be wise to speak to Hieromos in Port Last. He is said to be a fair man and vigilant of his people and the lands around. We'll see.
You are to be congratulated on joining the service of Neverwinter and its knights. Serve Neverwinter, and it will serve you. For now, go to Port Last. It should be marked upon your map. Once there, see about visiting Ember as well. Keep your resolve. I am confident you will expose the truth of this matter soon enough, and after this trial, I will have more duties for you.
Okay, let's see if we... Oh, we got 1,000 XP for that. That's pretty good. We went one more point towards lawful. That, however, did not make us neutral. And that's about it. Okay. We still have this mummy with us. And here's Sir Grayson. We can talk more once you've prepared for the trial, Squire. And we got Sand and Chandra and the mummy with us. Let's talk to Sir Naval. How goes your investigation? Our mages and scouts have turned up nothing yet. So, once we have enough clues for the trial, we'll come back and talk to him. Any idea where I should search for clues? I would travel to Ember. You were the last one to travel through the village. Perhaps you will notice something our scouts will not. Failing that, Port Last is close to Ember. Something there may know something of what truly happened. The first captain of Port Last is your best bet. Also, Sand here, as much as I hate to admit it, may be able to spot something. He has a talent for seeing what's out of place. Careful, lest I blush for all these compliments. That wasn't a compliment, Sand. Usually, if something's out of place, you're suspiciously close by. I'll return when I have something to report. Before you go, speak to the first captain of Port Last, Hieromos, and he may have information concerning Ember that may be of use. Okay. And you will need at least one piece of evidence to clear your name as well. Without speaking to Hieromos and some evidence to clear your name, you have no chance in the trial at all. And what does Lord Nasher have to say? Well met. How go your travels? Do you know anything of the battle fought in West Armor against the King of Shadows long ago? If memory serves, that was where the King of Shadows was defeated. We lost almost every soldier of Neverwinter to a man in that battle at West Harbor, and we suffered terrible losses. When their bodies were recovered, it is said they were rotted, decayed, as if devoured from within. Horrid. The King of Shadows was said to have a legion of demons at his command, and many villages did not survive the battles along the Mare as West Harbor did. But the exact purpose of the sorcerer or being was never known. Okay, I'll be going now. And we are kind of running out of time for this episode.
Something you want?
Listening, really?
No.
Yes.
Let's go this way. So I guess we'll end the episode here, and then we'll be permitted to go into Black Lake, and I guess we'll explore Black Lake a little bit and see about purchasing some more supplies before we head on out. We'll also meet some new people. And, I don't know, maybe even get some more quests while we're at it. Before we head on the main quest to Port Last and finally to Ember. So will we be able to find enough evidence to clear our name? Find out next time. This is Big Los signing off. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, man. Tango Umbindia.